Will, what's the significance of this game? Both teams are undefeated, and a lot of fans are viewing this kind of as a Big 12 championship game. You guys kind of see it in the same way?
I mean, that's for you guys to hype all that up, but I know we're approaching it like every other game. We know there's every game significant because this team's the next team on your schedule, so this is the next biggest game of our season for us, and that's how we're approaching it.
Well, how much do you still talk with Blaine Gabbert? I know at one time you guys were like really good friends, planning on Nebraska together. I mean, do you still keep up with him?
No, not really. I mean, I watch him play, and he's a great quarterback for that team, and he does a great job. And I might shoot him a text this week and just see what's up, but we haven't kept in touch too much.
So are you all the way back 100% now?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Is there times like during the Texas game or Oklahoma State where your run defense is getting gashed and you're just like, come on, Eckler, come on, Bo, put me in there. Let me help stop this.
I mean, I want to be in there every play, but unfortunately that's not the way it works. And it's just us playing assignment football, and they're easy fixes, and I know we'll get it corrected.
Being from Missouri, how important is this game for you?
To me, it's winning the game just for bragging rights over friends back home and things like that. But I mean, that's not like important right now, if you know what I mean. But we just got to approach it every other game. And I know once we get in meetings and practice and things like that, we don't think anything else except for it's just the next game on our schedule, and we have to win this game.
For you, how good did it feel just to get back out?
Oh, it felt awesome. I had a blast against Oklahoma State. Didn't like how none of our defensive players liked how they put up 41 on us, but we got out of there with a win. But personally, I had a lot of fun during that game, and I was glad playing a good role in there.
How does they have like two new receivers, the tall tight end and the TJ Bell. How do those two guys change their offense from what you saw last year? I don't know.
They execute what they do on offense extremely well, and they do a very good job of it. Blaine gets the ball out fast every play, and they know what they're doing, and they do a good job of doing that. And they execute, and they're a great football team.
Were they very effective when you guys faced them last year? Were they very effective in the slots and trying to work guys in the middle? I mean, it seemed like you guys took that away really easily from them last year.
Last year will be different than this year. I mean, we executed very well defensively, and if we do that again, I mean, there's no reason we shouldn't have the same outcome. But we have to take care of us first.
Hey, Will, are you familiar with kind of the history of Nebraska and Missouri? And set a pretty good history. Played for many years, and a little bit of disdain, I know, on Missouri's part towards Nebraska. I guess, kind of, what's your understanding of that, having been a guy that grew up there?
Oh, well, I just know growing up around it and committing to Nebraska and being around all the Missouri fans, how much they want to beat Nebraska every year and how much they dislike Nebraska. But it's all in fun, and I know at the end they're pulling my leg about it, but at the same time, you know, there's a lot of turmoil built between fans, but that's the most I know about the history.
What are the people that you talk to back home saying about Nebraska going to the Big Ten? A lot of people thought it might be them.
I haven't heard too much about it. Mostly when it happened, I just got texts like, "Oh wow, you guys are going to the Big Ten" and things like that, and mostly it's talk about teams will get to play and places will get to go and stuff like that. It hadn't been a lot about questions why stuff happened or bad things to say about it or anything like that.
You got 2 years left. Is this the game you're going to miss most down the road?
No, I don't really think of anything like that. It's just playing football pretty much, and playing with the guys I do, and the culture we have around here, and you don't think of things like that. That's just for outside of football and outside of the stadium, and for people to talk about other than living it.
Well, now that you're all the way back, how are they going to work that rotation with you and Lavonte? Who's going to be the starter? Is it going to be one linebacker set, two linebacker sets to start?
Well, against Missouri, they run a pretty wide open spread. I know we're using using Levante this week, and Coach X said they might rotate us and things like that. But I don't know how much that'll happen because you don't. I mean, if you're doing well, there's no need to rotate. But I hope to get in there as much as I can, and I'm gonna play my role, and that's preparing this week like I do every week, and my focus will be there, and I'll be ready to go when they call me.
How much do you still help him on the calls? Because I'm sure he doesn't have it mastered yet, but how close is it?
I mean, he's close. I mean, he's a quick learner, and he learns the system. He learned the system fast, and he's got things to work on just like I do, just like everybody does. But he's a great football player, and he's smart. He's a very smart kid, and he'll know everything going into Saturday.
When you say quick fixes or easy fixes when it comes to run defense, is it just not getting into the wrong gap, or what are those easy fixes?
It's just fundamentals, tackling, and the assignments you have, just knowing what call we're in and knowing who comes down and who will also be in the fit. And they're things that, I mean, we'll be fine come Saturday, but they're fixes they're easy adjustments.
Obviously, it's tough anytime you go down with an injury, but was it even harder for you going down so close to the start of the season?
Yeah, it definitely took a toll on me, and it was a rough 24 hours after that. But I'm not mad when it happened. I don't think about that. I try to think positively about it because I thought I made big strides in a fall camp, so I don't wish it would have been sooner or later or anything. I'm happy where I'm at now, and I'll just move forward from it.
What was it like watching those first few games on the sidelines, though?
Oh, it sucked. I know. I wanted to be out there bad, but then again, what happened, and I know I learned a lot from it, and I learned a lot in perspective of football and learning a lot more X's and O's, and as far as watching what happened.
Alonzo Whaley said that you pretty quickly shifted into coach mode, though, that you didn't allow that to get you down, and that you spent a lot of time working with him and with Levante and some other guys. Is coaching something that you see in the future just because you think you're kind of a natural to it?
Well, that's something I definitely want to do. That's something I've always wanted to do. So if football doesn't work out, I'd be glad that's what I'd want to go into. But yeah, I mean, when that happens, you can't be selfish about it. You can't stay down on yourself and poor me, poor this and that. I got put into a different role, and that role was helping out my teammates and linebackers, and that's what I moved on to do.
Did you like sitting up here in the press box and watching how hard everybody worked?
Well, I liked it, but then I didn't. I didn't because I wasn't playing, and I'd much rather do that than watch. But I seen everything in a different perspective, and there's a lot of positives that came out from watching and seeing things differently, like how coaches see things, and I mean, I learned a lot in that area.
What do you think about the atmosphere of a press box?
Definitely quiet. I mean, you don't get the feel of what the environment's like out there because it's extremely quiet up here, but I'd much rather be down there on the field.
Heading into the year, some people were saying the defense could be even better than last year. I mean, how hard has it been to live up to that bar that you guys set last season when you were so good?
Well, I mean, that's a bar that was set for outside sources and things like that. But we don't think that's never really been talked about as far as when we are in meetings or at practice and things like that. Well, we're trying to focus on us and the task at hand, which is Missouri this week, and how it was Okie State last week, and we prepare to go out there and execute to the best of our ability, and we want to be the #1 defense every week, and at the end of the season, that's what we strive for.
Where do you think you're at right now, just as a unit?
I don't know. We got fixes to make and things like that, which will happen. But we got to take care of us first and take care of the fundamentals and get the fundamentals and also take care of our assignments.